The foliage and glaze in this design date it not to the 19th century, but to the 15th. Evidence that Ras Kisimani had a much older trading history.
But this is such an identifying piece of ceramic. You know, this really gives an indication of the scale of Indian Ocean trade and the range that people were travelling. If you just do a little bit of hand fanning, I can't get over how much stuff's here. Look at this. I think it's a piece of celadon ware, which would have come from sort of Southeast Asia, maybe even China.
This discovery takes them even further back in time and further across this ocean.
That's a beautiful piece.
Celadon is a type of ancient Chinese pottery.
See this design here? That's got to be Oriental.
This piece could date to the 14th century and shows that this village was a trade hub between China and Africa over 600 years ago.
You know, this was a major stopping point on a trading system along the East African coast. This particular little site worked as a sort of stopover, a service station in a way. You know, people would come here, there was a good supply of water, and it all worked as part of this system of trade along the coast.
Makes a lot of sense.
Exploiting and extracting the goods that Africa had to offer.
Laid out on the seabed is the long history of this village and the vital role of the Indian Ocean in uniting cultures through trade. From 14th century China to ancient Persia, they have found evidence that man's been working with this sea for hundreds of years.
This is the first time that I've ever dived off an island in the Indian Ocean and found such a wealth of material, particularly of this period. I mean, the Islamic ceramics are really rich and colourful. The glazes, their colours, you know, and so well preserved. I cannot get over that.
Across the centuries, the people here harnessed monsoon winds to drive trade in spices, gold, and even slaves up and down this coastline. But these waters also control the movements of marine life. Tuni and Philippe are on the lookout for the whale shark, the largest fish in the sea.
We know very, very little about whale sharks. So this is really an attempt, a global attempt, at trying to get an idea of A, how many whale sharks are out there. We don't even know that. How they migrate, where they go. We don't know really anything.
These marine giants are still killed for their meat and fins and are officially threatened. Philippe wants to gather information that can help protect them.
They are still being hunted. And I hope they won't get wiped out, but I think it's one of those things like the polar bears that I want to see before they're gone.
Giant African river deltas feed this region of the Indian Ocean with vast quantities of nutrients. These wash into the waters and create feeding corridors that draw the whale sharks to the coastal regions. Philippe spots what he's looking for.
There it is. Yeah. We got whale shark.
Oh yeah.
Just keep seeing a little fin come out of the water.
Yeah.
Because they stay near the surface when they're feeding. Come to take big mouthfuls of krill. There it is. Good heavens.
Goodness. It's just come right out of the water. You can see it.
That's good. Lord. Oh.
Whale sharks are normally seen traveling alone, but here a group has gathered.
My goodness, we are surrounded.
To see 6 sharks circling like this is very rare.
Look at the size of it.
These vast creatures are almost as big as the team's boat.
Thing is, you read like 8-meter whale sharks in a book, but then you see an 8-meter whale shark, and
That thing was huge.
Tuni and Philippe want to take photographs of the whale sharks to identify individuals. This information will be used to track whale shark movement around the globe. The sharks pose no threat to humans, and as they seem relaxed,